Hello, everyone, and my name is Daniel Crane. I'm the program director of the Center for Creative Entrepreneurship based out of Chicago. Every Thursday, we talk to different organizations and leaders who are based in the creative industries. We're really excited. We're going international today, folks. We're really excited about talking to Leena Janhila from Finland about what's happening in the creative industries in her country, and all of the really cool things that she's building and been a part of for the last 15 plus years. We want to also give a big shout out to everyone that attended our Club Creative Sync, Sell, and Live event last Tuesday night. It was a massive success. We had some great speeches, really great networking, and kind of learning about where the music industry is, where it's going, what are some of the tools that musicians and people in the music industry can use to help grow their careers. Also, Justice Hill and Aya Ito performed, and it was a fantastic, wonderful performance. So we have another one coming up in October, so check that out. It's going to be focused in film. And then the third Club Creative for fall will happen in November. It's the second Tuesday of the a reminder that if you go to our website, cceglobal.org, you can check out all of the different events that we have each week. We connect with all of our partner organizations and aggregate a fantastic list of free workshops and informational sessions for you to check out depending your sector. So again, go check that out and find some good resources for you to use. All right, let's get to it. I'm really excited about talking with Leena today. We had a wonderful conversation a week ago. She's super knowledgeable about the creative industries, and she's done some great work. So let's bring her into the conversation. Hello, Leena. How you doing?
Hi. Nice.
Welcome.
How are you? It's great to see you again.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to have you, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. I think just to start out, so people kind of get a little bit of a foundation. Can you talk a little bit about what your role is and your work, your current work?
Thanks. First of all, greetings from Finland. I live here
Yeah.
in very small town Vilnius, and for last almost 20 years, I've been working with creative industries and entrepreneurship, helping new companies and entrepreneurs to start their business and grow as a business persons. And my role today and for the last 7 years has been as an incubator leader, Creve Incubator for Creative Industries, and I'm working as a specialist on creative industry business and entrepreneurship in Humak University of Applied Sciences. So that's my role nowadays.
Yeah. Great. And I think when we were talking last week, and this is something that is important as someone who is working in the creative industries, is what type of model works, right? So the Center for Creative Entrepreneurship, we provide and work on providing business resources and education and training for people within the industries. Your organization, Creve, does a similar type thing where you're working with accelerators, you're working on business development. But can you talk a little bit about the landscape of just what the creative industries mean in Finland?
Well, like the creative industries is quite a wide range of different kind of persons, industries, different kind of organizations, different kind of companies, and I think that's one of the main problems that typically we are talking about the creative industries like one big thing, and
Right.
I think we should focus more on those. What kind of persons and motivations and goals for different kind of businesses we have, so we can help entrepreneurs and artists better to find their own path to make business. So for example, what we have done for a couple of years now is to make different kind of tools, different kind of training programs for themed focused groups so people can find the similar situation, well, people from similar situations and who are facing the similar challenges in building their businesses, so they can get the support from each other. And of course, there's different models and different services and training programs for those who are quite fast building a growing business and going global quite fast. But in Finland, and I think the situation is quite same everywhere, that almost 80% of creative industry entrepreneurs, they are very small. And how they see the business is not typically that they are heading to international markets and are reaching fast growth. And even the business and money is not a reason to do or build enterprises or companies.
Yeah, I really love that, and I connect with that. It's the same here. It's a lot of entrepreneurs. Yeah, there's a couple of success stories where a company was able to become international and expand, and get venture capital money and lots of investment. But the majority, are what you're talking about, which are small businesses, entrepreneurs who have a specific skill, and they have their own business, and they're trying to, make it sustainable for themselves and their family. And maybe they have 1 to 5 employees. It's not a large operation. So when you mentioned something about you get groups of entrepreneurs together based on theme. And when you say theme, do you mean based on like the sector that they're in, like whether they're focused in music or they're focused in ed tech, or like how do you know how to group people together so that it works well for like a training?
It can be industry based. For example, on last year we had an export accelerated program with Music Finland for music tech companies, and we were building collaboration between Finland and Germany as well. And there's an other training program going on right now for media production companies. But on the last year, we tried out also the cross innovation or multi-professional training programs where companies are meeting other companies from other industries, so we can build some kind of cross innovations between creative industries and other industries and find new business possibilities from there.
Yeah, that's something that we're working on and noticing well. Talking about like transferable skills. For example, if someone is a great videographer or a content creator, they could be hired by a healthcare agency or somebody that is where the skill or the talent is connecting with an industry that's not typically in the creative industries. So we're kind of exploring how there can be connection points that can open up doors for because I think for businesses, and I think for us it's really important to see outside of the box of what not be stuck in like this is how it has to go, but more being open of, well, this could work. And seeing where there's connection points, and that's for me that's the fun part, right? Is seeing where we can find connection points within the creative industries. Can you talk a little bit about like a specific program that you have run, or have been a part of that you have seen success, and that's been given you like hope, I guess, or something that's been successful that you're like, this worked really well, and I'm really happy about this. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, I would be really happy to tell that there was one successful program. That it was amazing, but maybe it's more like small parts. There's something that
Yeah.
was really successful, and
Hmm.
about the method, or the contacts and communication. Because I think the most successful things for me personally is to find out and see that businesses and people from different industries find somehow the same language to share things. Because the problem when we are talking about the cross innovations and how creative industries can build collaboration with other industries is that they are typically they are not speaking the same language. So for example, artist-based companies, they world and the language and culture they live is totally different than if we compare it to, for example, traditional industries. So to see that through our processes and methods they can find somehow the link together, and that interaction and communication, and they start to create something new. That's very motivating for me as well. And maybe the other thing related to this is on our music tech accelerator. Last autumn, we tried out those shared after work meetings, very informal meetings together with European countries. And there was
Hmm.
people from music industry just hanging out together, spending times together. There was musicians playing. There was someone sharing their ideas about quite tough things, about taboos in music industry, and it was really interesting to see that how soon people find a connection between each other, and they were sharing their business ideas and building new business ideas together. So that was really really nice to see.
Yeah. I agree. The networking in a relaxed atmosphere with music is very effective in terms of creating new ideas and finding connection points. I know from my own career, those moments of where I was in the right room with the right people who I connected with, things really grew out of that. And
It's like,
you
typically in training programs, there's professionals speaking something, and we
yeah,
are very focused on business development, and there's
yeah.
not enough room for the free discussions and meeting people on a personal level.
And I think also it's really important what you said is that the language is different. A business, training a person who is focused in the creative industries, or who is a creative, and trying to get them to switch over to kind of business acumen, it can be, it actually doesn't work necessarily. So you have to figure out what points you can meet people at to make sure that that communication makes sense. I know for me, I come from the artist background, so I was a full-time musician for years. So for me to step into more of a business role, there was a lot of things I had to learn, just in general in communication. But what's been nice, and it's really important, and that's what we do really well here with Scott and 2112 and CCE, is that we are able to kind of bridge that gap, where we have the business experts are in the room, but the creatives are in the room, and in a nice atmosphere, people can kind of connect and ideate around the industry, and what are some connection points, to help things grow.
Excellent.
So yeah, and I love too how when we were talking last week, how it's like training creatives to be business people doesn't really quite fit, you know, and I love that because it's so true. And to have this expectation that somebody who has spent their life, their life's work on art, or learning how to, paint or whatever, is all of a sudden going to switch over and understand business is not the truth. But like you said, and I think this is really important, if there's a business that is an intermediary, right? And I think that's where, that's where the success can happen. And I think that's where CCE, Center for Creative Entrepreneurship, organizations like yours, it's like, how can we be the connection point to facilitate those conversations?
Exactly. You're so right. And I think that it's all about the motivation. There's no business without the motivation. And if artists are like they are artists. Their motivation is be creative, right, and create something new. And then trying to build the business leaders from the artists, it's impossible. I think that we should find those business leaders and people from the business sector who are really motivated to do business. If they would be more interested in to build new businesses through licensing, for example, about the creative contents. So that's our task for the next years.
Yeah, and just to expand on that, what are some of the things that excite you at the moment about, where the industry is heading, or the possibilities that you see in the future?
I think, two top themes for creative industries, other industries as well, are digitality and sustainability, and all that value-based business. And I think creative industries has so much they can give for that to other industries as well. So creative industries could be the leader to show cases and how we can build new kind of businesses and new business innovations and cross innovations based on values, sustainability, and digitality.
Yeah, that's the sustainability part is really important, I think, for the future. And we won't go into, like we had talked about. It's like, it's not the first thing on everyone's mind. People are thinking a lot about, the creative industries, but sustainability and how to bridge that gap, I think, will be really important. And I think creative people can help with that.
And there's lots of opportunities. I think that creative industries can show what the sustainability can mean, because typically we are still talking about the green ideas, and ecologically when we are talking about sustainability. But what it means, sustainable on economical, cultural, social, ethical side, and that needs lots of work and research to do what we mean and how is this built on a concrete level in businesses.
It's important. The work is important, and there's so much. There is so much, I feel like, happening, even in Chicago, with people in the industries building things that have have equity, have diversity. It's making sure that the industry itself is moving forward, and also supporting people that maybe don't have the resources. That's something that's a big focus of ours. Is we want to find the entrepreneurs that need help. I mean, some people are privileged to come from great backgrounds where they can get funding, or they can get support. But to build a business from ground up, if you don't necessarily have those resources, can be tough. So what are some of the things that you can do? Leena, I wish that I could come to Finland and we could have a conversation in person. It's really been wonderful to talk with you. You definitely feel like one of my kind of person, and I would love to continue this conversation for a much longer time. But I think that we're going to come to a close. If you, you know, were to give, I don't know, I hate the 3 tips or 1 tip for an entrepreneur or a creative who is building their business, what are some of the things that you would say to them in Finland?
Well, that's an easy one. Follow your heart, listen to yourself, and what is your goal and motivation to build a business. There's gonna be so many advices and people saying what you should do and how fast you should grow the business, but the only thing that can lead you to reach your goals is to follow your own heart.
That's it right there. That point, that what is your motivation? We had a speaker here 2 weeks ago who's built 2 very successful businesses, but that was his main focus in the speech was, what is your motivation? What motivates you? Not necessarily what's going to make the most money, but what motivates the work that you are doing. Well, there you have it, everyone. Thank you so much, Leena, for taking the time to jump into our global industry spotlight. We appreciate your words and your wisdom. If anyone wants to get in touch with Leena and learn more about what she's doing in Finland, please reach out to me or reach out to her. I'm going to put the website and Facebook and LinkedIn accounts below. You can check those out. But again, you can reach out to me. Leena, thank you so much for taking the time to talk. And I wish you a great day. You can stick around for a second, but thank you again.
Thank you so much. It was really nice to be here.
All right, everyone. Well, there you have it. That was Leena Janhila from Finland talking to us about the creative industries, the programs she's working on, some of the tips that she has for entrepreneurs. And definitely someone to keep, in mind when growing, on a global scale. The Center for Creative Entrepreneurship is focused on how do we build a network? How do we build resources so that, we are learning, we are helping our entrepreneurs learn, and we're connecting them with the right people. It's been really wonderful to talk to people from different countries and learn about how the creative industries are developing there. What are some of the things, that that people are working on and having success? What are some of the things that don't work? Like Leena and I talked about, trying to make creative people into business people is not necessarily maybe the right approach. But yeah, we'll keep on going. So again, my name is Daniel Crane. I'm the program director for the Center for Creative Entrepreneurship. You can check our website out at cceglobal.org to learn more information about the work that we are doing. We have lots of events coming up, so please check us out, connect. Everyone have a wonderful day, and we wish you the best. Take care.